watch me while I sleep. Don't require your belief. Offering silence but no relief. Can you scream without a sound? Like the freeze that's coming down. Barren space where nothing grows. A secret place where no one goes.
Chaos Springs Eternal is a Delta Green actual play. Delta Green by its nature deals with violent themes, disturbing imagery, and horrors beyond our comprehension. Now, if you wouldn't mind comprehending some horrors with us, I think you'll have a good time.
Can you feel me in the fall? Hold me from this epilogue. My hands are frozen in the snow. The eyes of corpses have no glow. Made these chains just for myself. Rambling about my mental health. Demons on this hazy hill. Only my soul is left to kill.
Hello, and welcome back to Chaos Springs Eternal. This is Season 1, City of Woe.
Whoa, we're here.
We are here. That's something we haven't been able to say every week for the past month and a half. But we're here with you now. I know. Listen, we've been getting the emails, the people demanding to know.
You're breaking kayfabe. You're breaking kayfabe.
You get emails?
Yeah, it's from my
We
mom.
Yeah. Tyler's mom has been asking, why can't I hear my son's voice? He doesn't call me anymore.
He doesn't talk
It's
to
the
me.
only way that I hear him.
That's
That's grim.
very sad.
That's grim.
And very untrue. First off.
It's only funny because it's not true.
yeah. Arguably. No, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Last time on Chaos Springs Eternal, episode 77, I think. This is 78,
Yep.
if my numbering is correct, which it should be considering we're up to date and everything.
Are we?
Last time, after having, gone through the interrogations of sages Orvan and Zilvray, and being sort of hinted at by Zilvray that you might want to look a little bit more into Althume, you guys decided to toss Althume's room. And you did get there. You began to search Althume's room, found a bunch of stuff in his room, books, brass balls, scrolls, what else? And that there was a weird smell in there. There was a thick rug, a big wooden desk made of dark black wood that kind of was weirdly intricately designed. Lots of journals and scrolls and inkwells, that sort of thing. There's also a recliner with a skylight. And additionally, there's a book that Joel wound up reading a little bit out of that was on compelled remembrances. I thought forcible remembrances, but compelled remembrances, which turned out to be a bit of a psychological torture tome. You also, Joel had noticed a particular scroll that was, most of these were sealed with these wax seals, but this one actually turned out to be sealed with an ichor seal, black ichor that, upon touching, appears to have stained his fingers. And you guys decided to abscond with it, but, you thought maybe why not open it now? And Noah and a spot of genius decided to have Marcy call down her holy guardian angel. And even though he, initially the roll was a failure, spending the luck to succeed, was able to conjure up the holy guardian angel who opened the seal to the scroll, was able to bypass the detection mechanism or intruder mechanism that was built in there. That was a little bit of a magical thing that whoever opened it would be tattooed so they'd know who had broken the seal. If someone breaks the seal and you see that they've got the big tattoo on their hand, hey, you're all up in my business. So, the guardian angel was also able to translate the scroll. I think I've called the guardian angel she. It's technically genderless, but more feminine, I think, even with the spinning eyes and strange wings, and its large size. Again, just like a big sort of 12-foot tall. So it was the whole time it was also ducked, and I think what we found out was like an 8-foot tall room. And reading the contract, you had discovered that it was between Althume and the Men of Lang. The Men of Lang had promised Althume some secret knowledge, this formula to purge one's soul of the waking world's filth and exist in this dream state permanently. And in return, Althume would just provide them the Pyre lens, and they had a Vayar prepped, along with a little bit of some clues to throw people off from the trail. This bit of steel from one of the Nightmen Assassin's swords, so that they would have someone to pin this on. And then she left, and so now y'all are. You did destroy the. What am I thinking of? Not sunroof.
Yeah, the Skylight. Thank you.
Yeah, with a kettlebell throw from a drawer.
Kettlebell throwing up the drawer through the glass, and basically making that stone recliner just incredibly uncomfortable to sit on. So
even further,
yeah. And you know what? For having the idea of doing the summoning, Noah, go ahead and roll 1d10 and give Marcy that much luck.
That's so kind.
I know, but it was a clutch move.
it really was, especially since
it saved us.
Most of us were like,
Yep.
God, please don't spend that much luck.
Hey, that's a third of the luck.
It saved us probably another episode worth of tracking down someone to open and translate this thing.
Honestly, though,
I do what I can, man.
I do some of these things to myself.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
But
Me looking at for the listeners out there, I'm at 6 luck.
You doubled
After-
your luck. That's huge.
Yeah, I did.
Look, think of the percentage, not the number. You know.
it's true. At work, they recently told us that we have nearly doubled your email capacity from 3 gigabytes to 5. I was like, I mean, technically, yeah. Like,
Technically, correct.
yeah, you almost doubled it. But boy, howdy, that is the worst advertising campaign I've ever seen.
If you think about it, it's 66%.
Yeah, it's almost doubled.
Yeah.
It's essentially not that much more, but it almost doubled.
Yeah.
Uh,
Before we get
It's like
into it, gentlemen,
Yeah, go
I have
ahead.
either great or terrible news. Your choice.
Oh boy. Terrible.
As of an hour ago of this recording, the U.S. Treasury has confirmed the end of the U.S. penny.
Oh.
You know what? Can we take a moment?
well, we
Go
hate-
down to your bank,
we
buy
hate
as
Bitcoin
many as you can
collectors.
now. Now is the
We hate-
time to invest
How
in the
else?
Lincoln.
How else am I going to check the tread depth of my tires?
with the tire tread bar on your tires.
No, you
That's what
might
they're
be able to
coming
use
after
it, but
next.
The trick is the penny, because
It's
you
the
can
penny,
see
yeah.
his hair. That's
His
bad.
hair, yeah.
This is so dumb.
Because I'm not buying an actual tool for it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This thing literally is 1 cent.
Well, they should just round it off, right? Like we should.
I
be
know
paying
pennies are already pretty round.
Not. I mean, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
But I mean,
exact
like,
thing.
round it off to like a whole number, like a 5 or a 0. And just
Okay.
call it good.
So what are
I
we
know
going to
we'll
do?
get-
So
we'll get
does that mean-
screwed,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Yeah. To
Yeah.
be fair, us being screwed by a penny is the least of our worries.
Could you imagine if Trump was like office style, office spaces esque? He was like, we're going to round everything up to the nearest 5. And the difference between whatever you round, that goes to the government. And so they just like collect this silent tax.
tax.
So like
That,
most taxes.
Yeah.
Well, you can buy another plane with it.
Yeah. I'd like to buy a plane.
The shit show that is America. All right.
Hey, how's everyone enjoying America's final season?
How do you
Honestly-
like democracy's last gasp?
This season of America feels a lot like the final season of Sopranos. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah,
like,
it's very
it just-
Game of Thrones.
Characters aren't making decisions that make any sense.
Right.
I'm excited for the ending.
I just think the writers have gotten really lazy. Feels like they're
We're just-
reusing a bunch of
I heard
plot
they
lines.
hired the writers from the ending of Lost.
Hey,
Oh, gosh, that explains
Noah.
everything.
Hey, now.
Don't make me defend Lost in public again. I will do it.
Dan, is the ending of
Why?
Lost your like Nickelback was always good for me?
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay.
You're so wrong.
100. I'm
I'm gonna kill you.
100% right. I am
so wrong.
objectively right about the ending of
The hill
Lost.
you're dying on.
It is.
Creed was always based. Nickelback was always rad. Limp Bizkit is a top 5 band. I'll die on those
I
hills.
think Tyler, I would agree with you in the fact that butt rock serves a very specific purpose in the
and it's to get me riled up.
exactly.
I thought you
It is just like it is a Saturday morning doing the chores type of music.
Dude, it
Like
is
that is
everything
when
for
it
me.
hits. Look,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is when it hits perfect.
Dude, I used to listen to Nickelback's Animals while doing my homework in 8th grade.
Nice.
What was your GPA in 8th grade?
Pretty good, actually.
don't ask a
It's just-
woman her age, her size, or Tyler what his GPA was in 8th grade.
Hey, for a long time, we had the conspiracy. Yeah, that Creed was a Christian band.
You still think Creed was a Christian band?
We, for a long time, when I was in high school, we were like, "Oh, check out this new cool Christian band, Creed."
Hold on. New cool Christian band is already a crazy sentence. Continue,
Well, I mean, I did run sound for a Christian ska band.
though. God,
so-
you're right. That actually is a really cool Christian band. I forgot.
Yeah, I do have cool Christian bands, and I know. But yeah, we were like, "Oh, this is going to change Christian music for the better." And then
Is that because they were like, in my mind, it's like Creed, Nickelback. Sorry, I'm going to say that again.
Like
Creed,
Nickelback.
Creed,
It's just Hootie and the
Nickelback,
Blowfish.
Creed, Nickelback, not Puddle of Mud, Jars of Clay.
Yep.
And-
Okay, dude, that's a crazy
DC
pull.
Talk. You gonna throw DC Talk in there?
But I feel like Jars of Clay was in that same
Yeah, they were.
milieu. But they
were
were
like-
definitely Christian, right?
They were sort of secular.
Yeah.
But they had hits on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's just because they had hits on the radio at the same time, or if they had hits on the radio that actually kind of sounded in that same genre.
Did they have hits on the radio at the same time?
I have,
Yeah,
hey,
I wonder-
Tyler, I have no idea.
they were
I
right
feel
around
like-
the same time. Like Jars
Okay,
of
what I
Clay's Flood was like in 96, 95.
Yeah, 96, and then Nickelback didn't really get big until because we're thinking of Creed. Never mind, I'm sorry.
We're thinking of
Ignore-
Creed.
yeah,
Creed
you're right,
was
you're
like
right.
98, 99.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
all right.
roughly
yeah.
the same time. Yeah.
So effectively,
I'll allow it.
when I was a child,
Right.
when I was a
I was
child, I
sitting
listened
next
to butt rock as a child.
I was either -2 or 2.
When I was a child.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
That's our Creed segment for the.
That's
the day.
hey, thanks for tuning in to Creed Lost, our podcast about things underappreciated in their time.
Next episode, we're going to talk about how Wes Borland is, in fact, your favorite guitarist. See you next time.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
boy.
are you guys going to confront Althume? Are you going to go to Sage Alzara because you know that Althume is someone who knows stuff about portals? So you might not. I don't. Yeah, if you're going to close the portal, as you've been requested by the Stone King to do, you might want to keep him around for a little bit, or maybe you don't need him at all. And while Sage Bonaventure is off scrying, and Sage Zilvray is waiting on the Dream Seed crystals, you guys also have to still go find the missing caravan, presumably to get those Dream Seed crystals. So, what's your next move?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up, because that was the thing I wanted to mention, was that if we want to follow the Stone King's orders, we do need this guy, potentially.
Yeah.
But at the same
Maybe we
time,
should-
like, how do we know at any point? How do we know that he's going to be upfront and like do what we ask him to do and actually close this portal?
Yeah, we kind of need to have something on him or be able to put him. I don't know. I just don't know. I think we should go talk to the head sage here.
Elzara.
And Elzara. Maybe she knows where he is or can direct us to what we need to do next.
I worry that us having this now and holding it over him will propel him to just escape.
If he doesn't already know, because I'm a little tainted now.
Well, I mean, let's just play it by ear, and if not, we'll just, if we see him, we'll just, beat the shit out of him or something, like, get him, we'll do something. But I think we need to find Elzara.
I think I agree.
Either that or the Stone King can do something, right? Because he's not completely helpless. Right?
I don't know.
I mean, ideally not, but like, what you're saying is the equivalent of like, if you or I just walked up to the White House and went, "Hey, like, I need help with my taxes. Can Obama help?"
Yeah, that's true, but
Obama's help. I gotta get Obama's help.
So I think if we can talk to Elzara, she can help us come up with some kind of plan, or at least help us keep an eye on him, make sure that he doesn't do anything stupid while we try and hunt down where this has gone.
Speaking of that, Mossy, how long have you been hiding an angel from us?
Listen.
You think he's going to be mad that I used the Lord's name in vain in front of him?
I mean, I was going to clutch my crystal here and get protection from demons. So having an angel on our side's kind of crazy.
I am a fan of long shots. And I have been studying that for some time. Remember when we were being chased by the tornado? I was trying to draw it out to assist us to just speed the car up or anything.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
I'm really glad it worked this time. And she's like doing this really nervous smile that is just like, I did not expect it to go as well as it did.
I mean, I'm glad that it was there because we would have had to waste a bunch of time trying to translate that thing. So I'm happy that it worked out. But I mean, it's nice to know, I guess, that we have an angel looking over us, I suppose. Oh, it's not all the time.
I don't know if it's exactly looking over us or if it's like I have its phone number.
Oh.
I'm still a student in this.
Okay. Well, let's find Elzara. It's good to know.
All right. Heading back to the Stone King Sentinel. The Stone King's palace, where the Stone King Sentinel and the sages, various sages, are about, including Elzara and Sergeant Telfa. I did give his name Telfa, right? Because I have it in my notes, and I'm just making sure I didn't change his name. Every once in a while, I change someone's name, and I don't do a good job of keeping up with that.
The name sounds familiar, so probably.
Yeah, it looks like it. All right.
Yeah, you did.
So, all of that said, you can, this short line to Sage Elzara, and she asks, I'm back from the Shrine of Forgotten Paths. Have you discovered something about the Pyrelins? Do you have it with you?
Not exactly. Not
at all. What are you doing here? Get out of my sight. I do not wish to speak to you until you come back.
Okay, well, that's the problem.
Damn.
Just
first
kidding.
Off,
that's me being a dick.
All right, Elzara. First off, you're at like a 12. I need you at like a 7. All right. No. No, we don't have it, and I don't think it's in the city anymore. We found a note in oh god. Cyril, help me. What was homeboy's name?
Althume.
Althume, thank you. We found a scroll in Althume's desk from Men of Lang.
Her eyes narrow and her countenance darkens as she says, Sage Althume's been conversing with the Men of Lang? That's strange.
More specifically, it seems that they're going to help him stay here permanently. And all they asked was the Pyrelands.
She says, that is quite concerning. Do you have any evidence of this? You said you found some correspondence between them?
Yeah. Cyril, do you want to show it to her?
Yeah. Can you read Chthonic?
She says, yes, I can read Chthonic. How do you know what Chthonic is? Almost no one except for some of the most wise sages.
An angel told me.
She gives you a slightly strange look, but not skeptical. Just a little bit surprised, maybe a little bit impressed.
Yeah, it wasn't my angel; it was Marcy's angel.
And she glances at Marcy, and Marcy, she looks maybe surprised, maybe a little bit impressed, not skeptical.
Marcy does a very small wave.
And she unfurls the scroll and begins scanning through it. And she says, this is quite concerning. Yes, no, this is... it appears that... it appears that Sage Althume wants to sever his connection with the real world. But he doesn't... Interesting. He could do that in his own way, but he wants to avoid the curse of Tholen. Okay, so he's worked with the Men of Lang to get that, and in return he's going to provide them the Pyrelands, and he just has to provide to the Black Galleys. Okay, well, this is quite concerning. I trust that you retrieve this surreptitiously, and perhaps we can retain our knowledge of this from Althume and have a bit of leverage over him.
Yes, we were very clandestine when we were doing this.
You guys are using a lot of big words. What do you mean?
Does he know that we want to prevent him from knowing that we know as long as possible?
Yeah, no, we didn't do anything, but someone did smash a window.
She rolls her humette and immediately says, what did you do? How bad is this? We could perhaps keep him away from his quarters. I assume you retrieved this from his quarters. But if there's something that you need from him, I would suggest sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Listen, he was just kind of a dick, and I lashed out. I'll admit it.
Well, I don't disagree. He is brash and gruff and tough to deal with, but he gets results. And quite frankly, at the Tower of Knowing, that's all that we are concerned with is results.
Really?
Yes.
You don't care about whatever means? You don't care?
I mean, look, if you're going to hurt people, no, you can't do that. But if you want to practice something strange or odd or that might be looked down upon in the real world, that's part of why this place exists. So that we can practice and test and work in a space where physics is stranger and wilder. And we want to push the boundaries and edges. That's why it's called the Tower of Knowing, right? Not the Tower of Knowledge. We are in the process of knowing and learning more.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
I rule with a soft hand.
Have you seen Althume lately?
I believe he had been back around here after, was it Bonaventure and Althume took you up to the top of the tower? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes, I believe he had come back around here. I'm not sure that he may have been studying with other sages. He could be back at the tower studying. I have not seen him recently, no.
Okay. Well, we need to be on the lookout for him because we gotta figure this out.
Yes, I will keep my eye out for him and let him know that y'all were looking for him.
Yes. In the meantime, let's say we don't find him, well, we know where the pie lens is going to go, right? He's going to bring it to Lusk.
Yes.
Via a bird, right? A Vayar.
Yes. Is it possible that he's already sent it there?
Well, that's why we were wondering if you've seen him.
I don't know. Think he would offer up that information freely.
Correct. So, like, if he's not in the tower, then we're going to have to make a journey. That's why I was hoping somebody around here had seen him recently, so we could try to track him down. But we also have to operate on the assumption that the pie lens is probably either in Lusk or on its way to Lusk. I don't know how far by the Vaya flies on that one.
Yeah, have you heard of this thing called Obsidian Galley? Obsidian Galley?
I think it's just the Black Galley, right?
Black Galley? Black Galley, and then there were obsidian bricks in his room. Yeah.
The Black Galley. No, I mean, that sounds like it could be related to something in Lusk. Maybe their port, or perhaps a ship within the port. Or perhaps both, like how some countries' capital is just their country, but the city.
Okay. So, we're going to have to do a little reconnaissance on that one, too. Understood.
Yes. Now, I have news for you. And she snaps her hands, and Sage... just one of the sages comes and delivers a map, and she says, this is a standard map of Inquinac and its surrounding lands, and after scrying to find this missing caravan, we discovered its location, and so we are providing it to you, and you can go out there and... unfortunately, our scrying does seem to indicate that something happened there, that we could not find any of the people when I was looking, but I think I saw the Dream Seed crystals. So it's difficult to see some objects when you're scrying. It's much easier to scry on people, but you should be able to go retrieve those and bring us news back of maybe what you can discover happened to the people. So if you could, then we can begin work on your map. I can deliver those to Sage Zilvray, and while you are gone, I will begin attempting to scry on your sister, Clementine.
I guess all I can say is thanks. I'm sure we can get right on that, or relatively soon. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, you may want to look around for Sage Althume now, or perhaps when you get back. I don't know. This is... maybe this could be a few hours trek from here, unless you are lucky enough to find a Dreamland shortcut.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'd say we search the tower. We're going to have to do that anyway. Just verify he's not here.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
I don't know how far. Here's my question for you. I don't know how far you want us to take this. Because, like, you want us to do all these other things, and I get it. We need to figure out where Clementine is and all these things, and you're helping us. But, like, how far do you want us to take this current thing? Are we traveling to Lusk to get this thing back for you? Are we, we going to interrogate Althume? Like, where do we begin and you end?
She says, that's a fantastic question, Cyril. Well, not to spoil anything, but the one thing that I know is that the Isle of Sighs is located in an ocean. And my apologies for speaking its name. But you will need to get a boat to go to this place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And boats typically go out of port cities. And the closest port city is Lusk. So not to spoil anything, but whether the Pyrelands is here or in Lusk,
either way, we're going to be going.
We're going there.
Yes. And now we do have Vayar who travel between Lusk and here. And even with the strange rumblings of the political situation in Lusk, I believe that we have contacts with a man who runs the aviary there who can at least provide us a secretive or secure method of return via one of the Vayar.
That's another thing as well. It said that they sent a Vayar for him to get the mirror out. So if you know the guy who controls or takes care of them over there, I mean, maybe he'll know where or what or who sent this one.
He might, but if they used agents or coerced him or had some other source of the Vayar, Vayar are not unique to Lusk or Inquinac. They are naturally found, but there are a few that are trained to go between the two, but there are also ones that naturally fly between the two. So that is a good point, though. He may be able to provide more insight about what is going on there. So when you get to Lusk, which you will probably eventually do, you can seek him out as a source of information.
Cool.
All
right.
Thank you again in advance. Next time you see us, either we'll have those crystals or we'll have killed Althume. Bye.
Oh, please don't. Again, I don't really want to do murdering.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm already far away.
She looks at y'all and she says, "You could forcibly, you could forcibly remove him from the dream worlds, which is basically almost like killing him, meaning you beat him until he winks out of existence here."
That sounds amazing.
She's like,
I've always wanted to do that.
She's like, yes, Sergeant Telfa bragging about no murders in Inquinac is one of the sillier things that he does, because people don't really die in the Dreamlands from, except from horrific violence, from common violence, you just sort of wake up.
You wake up feeling like you got your ass beaten in a dream.
Well, in fairness,
yes.
there's a chance that he's here permanently, though. So, it might kill him.
We'll find out.
Well, if he has this contract still, then it's possible that he hasn't redeemed the contract. He's only maybe fulfilled his part, and he must find a way to... I would imagine that he's planning to abscond to Lusk and retrieve the secrets of the... What did I call them? The blind...
Masters of Yedith?
Masters of Yadith. And retrieve that secret. to sever his ties to the real world.
All right. Well, we best gets to searching, right? And then that'll give you time to figure out where Clementine is. That's what you're going to be doing?
Once
If she is scryable, then I will try to find her, yes.
Well, all right. We appreciate that. Y'all want to split up, or you want to all go in a group? Like, split up, or do you want to Scooby-Doo this?
Scooby-Doo normally splits up. What are you talking about? You just said, do you want paper or paper?
I mean, they go in groups. I mean, sometimes it's always Shaggy
There's only
and Scooby,
3
right?
of us.
I know, but like maybe Joel and I can go and you can go off by yourself.
I don't know if that's...
Well, we can split
Are
up.
you saying the angel that I summoned is Scooby-Doo?
Well,
No.
you did... You were told that you were going to learn his name eventually, so, like...
Right.
We could use that name until further notice.
Right. Scrappy.
Don't call it Scrappy. Don't.
Would you prefer
Don't do that.
Scoob or Scrap?
Scooby?
Scoops of scraps.
All right, cool. Understood.
All right. Well, let's just all go together, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think we just need to intimidate him, and if there's more of us, that's a little easier to keep him from either running or trying something stupid and attacking us.
Yeah. All right. Let's make it happen. So we begin searching the tower. We look. Do you want to do a top-down search? Kind of maybe he's back upstairs and we kind of start at the top and go down?
I'm a little worried that he might have tried to find... But he's the portal guy, though, so he can just kind of teleport if he really needs to, potentially.
Do we know that? Do we know that he can teleport?
I don't know. We don't know anything.
Sage Alzar says, portals are for transporting people between the real world and the dream world. They're the moment or position through which people pass when they are not using. They're sort of natural. I say natural, but they can be conjured. But they are they're specific places, whereas most people can kind of travel, just by waking up or sleeping. Sometimes you can travel more bodily so that you are entering while awake and leaving while awake, which I believe is how you arrived here. Is it not? It is uncommon for a group to astrally project together. So usually if there's a group who all came together, they came through a portal.
Yeah, we were kind of forced here.
You were, shunted here by another entity.
A jackass who we thought was going to help us sent us here has punishment for asking for help.
Yeah, kind of like we wanted to go here, but he also wanted to punish us, so he punished us by giving what we wanted.
Oh, you want to
But
go
no
to
way to get
McDonald's, do
back.
you?
Right.
Yes, like a parent making their child smoke an entire pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
He
king
said
of the hill.
Cigarettes. Well, no,
Oh,
yeah,
you
this
wanna-
is like cigarettes, but yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, you want to find your sister?" And then somewhere a monkey's paw curled.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry that I haven't inquired more about yourselves, but
You're busy.
You're busy. So are we.
I am.
So, like, I get it.
We're busy too, yeah.
And
We're all busy people here.
Yeah.
we are.
We're just
And
ordinary people.
I do need to spend some time back on the other side soon, but I promise, I will do what I can to get that map to you as soon as possible and get you news about your sister
Yes.
before I go.
That'd be ideal.
So, looking around the Stone King's palace, everyone make me search rolls, and I'm going to roll my own roll.
Search roll.
Success. 25 under 54.
What's the GM roll shortcut?
/GM. R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a success 26 under 64.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
3 successes across the board. Let's go. That's huge.
Fuck yeah.
Mental.
I can't figure it out on roll 20, but I don't want you to see.
We can look away.
Yeah, you just type in GM roll and then...
There we go. Okay, cool.
There are so many.
Yeah, glad I could help.
Okay, so everyone succeeded. So you successfully find out that he is not here. People kind of mentioned that they think they saw him earlier. Maybe he popped in here for a little bit. Maybe he headed back to the Tower of Knowing. He didn't talk to anybody. Seemed like he was just sort of in and out.
You didn't see where he went? No one saw where they went? Where he went, I mean?
No, he just came in and out of the Stone King's palace. No one saw him, and it didn't seem like no one saw where he went specifically, and it didn't seem like he had told anyone where he was planning on going.
Gotcha.
Which isn't that uncommon? The Tower of Knowing is not that far from the Stone King's palace, so sages going back and forth is fairly common.
Yeah. To be clear, he does not live in the Tower of Knowing, right? He's just kind of used it. It's like his office, right? He didn't have a bed or anything like that. So it's possible he could just leave the tower and then disappear into the ether, and we'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
He got shit together and left.
But yeah, he just woke up on the other side.
Yeah. He just fucked off.
Yeah, the thing with that, though, is you get the idea from both what the Angel and Alzara had said that he really doesn't want to go back to the real world. So he could have, but you would tend to think that was unlikely.
Okay, well, I guess he's not here, so we need to start prepping for our journey to Lusk, or we need to do some other of these quests to help further finding Clementine, and we need a map, and we got things. Is there other things you want to do? Because, if he's already gone, there's no reason for us to be here, right? Unless we want to do these other things that they need us to.
I think we need to find those crystals before we go to Lusk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can we start doing that?
I think.
Or the caravan. We need to find the caravan too.
Yeah, the caravan. That's where the crystals should be.
Let's get that ball a rolling.
Yeah, let's do that, and maybe we can try and convince the guards at some of the exits, if they see Althume, to not let him out.
Yeah. We do that.
Okay. All right. You do that. Leaving a message with Sergeant Telfa, you check the map that you've been given for where this caravan is located. The map leads you north of Inquinoc, out the north gate, and heading out the north gate. Again, big, tall doors that open, leading out, and you realize that this is your second time out of Inquinoc today. So everyone's just going to take nothing yet, but it's a long and narrow trail that you see laid out before you as you look out the north gate. You do see that this trail, unlike the one out the, I believe, western gate that led to the Shrine of Forgotten Paths, this trail is marked by these black stone obelisks that you see stretching out to the horizon. Approaching one, you see it is marked with these cryptic runes. And the path, you notice, is not a straight path. It does wind almost as switchbacks. And after about maybe 30 minutes of walking this way, you guys realize that you have gone down in elevation. that these switchbacks are there actually for a purpose, and it's kind of deceptive as you descend down out of Inquinac. It doesn't look like there's a large gradation, but after 10 or 15 minutes even, you notice that you are much further down. And you notice this too because the ground is cooler and it's darker. It's not evening yet. It's probably still, I don't know, it's probably still early afternoon. Time has a weird way of moving in the Dreamlands. And you follow these switchbacks. As you follow these switchbacks, I need everyone to make alertness rolls. And yes, this is something you need to roll alertness from.
Success, 60 under 75.
Okay, got one success.
I'm sorry, the thing's not... There we go.
Yeah, it's not letting me pull up my character sheet.
Oh, no. Oh, because I probably need to assign it to you.
Okay, there we go.
Failure. 89 over 51. I just clicked alertness like 6 times, so I'm sure like a bunch more will come through any second now.
Oh boy.
Okay. So with 2 successes, you all notice as you get out on this path, well, at least Cyril and Marcy notice that in front of you there are these strange darting shapes, these wisps of ash that appear to be occasionally coalescing into vaguely humanoid shapes, but they sort of drift back and forth across the trail, and they are approaching you faster than a normal cloud of dust would move, but it doesn't appear that they have noticed you quite yet, but you two have noticed them. Joel, you are a little on the back foot. So I'm going to ask, go ahead, Cyril, who has the higher dex between Cyril and Marcy?
I do, I think.
Okay.
I have a 15.
Yeah, I have a 60.
Cyril, what do you do when you notice this?
I think that he will alert people because they haven't seen us yet, right? Is there any way to like...
They're coming your way, but it doesn't appear that they're coming specifically to you.
Is there a way to like scuttle off the path and see if we can see what they're up to? Like hide? Can I...
So you could make a stealth or navigate roll.
Okay.
To either try and hide or find some place for you to duck behind.
Okay. Yeah, and I will alert my companions that something's up, and maybe we should get off the path. But it's up to them. 2 under 58 success for stealth.
Okay. So you manage to alert your compatriots, and you manage to find a place to hide. Now this is... as you have gone to hide, they continue to work their way up the trail. And even though every time I roll for a bad guy in this game, it seems like I fail tremendously, I'm going to roll a competing check against yours. Now, you did get a 2 under 58, so as long as I get under my score, I'm pretty sure, unless I get a 1, That's pretty true. Sure I will beat you. And even a 1 would be a crit, so I think it would beat you. So let's find out if these creatures can identify you. They do, unfortunately. While you have found a place to hide, in a relatively fortified place, they were able to get past your stealth. And there are 3 of these sort of ash wisps that coalesce into humanoid shapes. They are coming towards you, and they make their way towards you. So, Cyril, you've made your move. Marcy, I guess I didn't really give you a chance, Noah. Does Marcy do anything in this?
Yeah, Marcy would like to try to hide as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to assume that you all hid together. That's fine. But they did manage to notice you. They make their way towards you. That is their action. So we'll go back up to Cyril. Cyril, even though you felt like you hid pretty well, it seems like they have sussed you out. What would you like to do?
Oh, shit. Is there a roll I can make to figure out what these things actually are?
So you could make a natural roll. Or I would just say like maybe just a general int roll to sort of see what you can intuit about these.
Okay.
You wouldn't get like a name or anything.
Right. I'm just trying to figure. Int seems like, yeah. Okay. I would rather, I don't know. I got 6 on natural. Would that give me a different answer?
Yeah. If you pass your unnatural roll, you would get some details.
I'm going to try unnatural.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
Fumble.
gosh.
Oh my god, dude. 77?
Hey,
Cyril, as you
give it a whirl.
As you look at these, ashen clouds that are wisping their way towards you, you see this humanoid, shape, and it begins lumbering, but it's like lumbering and being moved by the wind towards you. So it's moving super fast while it looks like it's moving slow. It's like, have you ever been on one of those moving sidewalks?
In an airport, yeah.
Yeah, and you walk like you do the slow walk, but you're moving on the sidewalk, so you're moving faster than other people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's propelling itself at you at an extreme speed that is incongruous with the speed at which it looks like it's walking. And you see in its face, just for a moment, the face of the first man that you killed. And you're going to go ahead and make a sanity roll for that.
Success.
Okay.
26 under 70.
So go ahead and take 1 point of sanity for that one.
69.
Yep. That'll work for that. And on their turn, they come towards you, and they, since there's 3 of them, they sort of waft and almost like walk through each one of you. Each one of you needs to make a power roll.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's this shit again. God damn it.
No. This is different.
Okay. Well, I failed.
Well, I passed.
Success.
37 under 70.
Okay. So for those of you who passed, you feel this like ash, drift over you and sort of maybe clog up your nose. You cough briefly. Marcy, it's just you time the breath wrong and you get a real, hacking lungful of this ashen cloud. And you are going to take a minus 20% to all of your rolls for 1 hour as you are confused and physically beaten. Now, these ashen humanoid things continue their traipse up the trail. You have unsuccessfully avoided them, but only one of you appears to be affected by them as they travel into the distance, winding through this trail. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
That's what I like to call an environmental hazard of the Dreamlands.
Nice.
I love the locals.
Yeah. they get in your face.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just like
Literally.
European tourists.
Just as smoky, too.
Well, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Human blood is written on the wall.
Thank you once again for tuning in to Chaos Springs Eternal, a Delta Green podcast. Shout out to Arc Dream Publishing, who makes Delta Green. They've got lots of great content coming out. Shout out to Panzer Kings for Cocytus, that's our theme song. And shout out to Hideous Hiss for our background music. Make sure you check our show notes. I've linked Hideous Hiss Patreon. If you'd like to contribute to Chaos Springs Eternal, you can rate and review us on iTunes or your podcast platform of choice. Leave us a 5-star review. Send us an email. We've got an email in the show notes. And with an NPC idea, and we'll toss them into our homebrewed campaign. Anyway, last time, I don't know. I don't have the bants in me. We've been banting mid-sesh, so I feel
You
like
mean between sesh?
Mid-sesh,
Sorry,
no
mid-
mic, bant off?
She bant on my mid till I sesh?
Now you're talking.
Oh boy.
something in there. That's probably. I'm just. You know what? I'm just gonna jump into this in the edit, and we'll see if this makes it.
This feels after credits to me.
Little bit.
Yep.
Penis.
Gosh, dang it.
It's staying in.
Are you guys going to go confront Althume? Are you going to go to Sage Alzara? What are you going to do with this information? Because I think you could rightly conclude that, well, recovering the Pyre Lens is going to be more difficult now.
Yeah, considering it's not here.
Potentially.
Let's try to. I mean, we don't know where Althume went, right? Or do we?
You got some idea that he's probably back he could be back in the Stone King's Hall because he is kind of a higher up sage, and he has dealt with I can't remember if I said he was dealing with maps or if he was the portal guy. Do you guys remember?
Ooh, it's in our notes.
I feel like he was the maps. No, he was the portal guy because the guy with the maps we have working on trying to help us get to the.
The maps
pirate.
is Zilvray. Zilvray is the maps guy, and so after your questioning with him, he would go. Oh, I muted myself, so you guys can't hear me. Also, Noah left.
We lost Noah. Yeah, I was trying to.
Noah is
I
dying.
accidentally muted you to tell you that we lost Noah.
Welp.
Was our technical difficulty music?
It's My Own Prison by Creed.
Oh, dude.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Hey,
Yep.
Noah.
Yep,
All right, what was the last thing you heard?
Talking about going to get Sage Elzara, and then everything went silent.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Is it
yeah,
gonna
you
mess
guys are
with
thinking
his,
about going
recording?
to. It probably will. I can fix it on the back end, though.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we didn't have to do anything on the other side.
No.
Okay, cool. So,
are you going to go to Sage
silence?
Elzara? Are you? Oh, yeah. We should do. Hang on. I'll do a big clap.
It's the sound of Dan clapping his cheeks.
That's going to make it much harder to edit, Noah. Thanks. So,